Hello everyone, my name is Perry. Welcome back to another one of our videos on زبانیکا YouTube channel. For more videos, hit the subscribe. Okay, سلام بچه ها، اسمم پری هستش. امروز با هم دیگه میخوایم راجع به vocabulary صحبت بکنیم. Now, I want to forbid you to use 3 words. From now on, no, don't use these 3 words. And why is that? I am going to tell you later. پس 3 تا کلمه دیگه ممنوع. So, very and really. Now, these words, if you use them before an adjective, they emphasize on the meaning. So, for example, it's good or it's very good. Now, what's wrong with these words? Of course, these are useful, meaningful words that can help you talk and can help you write, but the problem is they make you lazy. So for everything you use very good, very bad, so boring. Come up with new words. English is a vast language. You learn these 3 words when you are in elementary level, but now of course your vocabulary should be different. Don't use very good. Don't use very bad. They are very boring. Okay, so I am going to tell you what to use instead of these things. What to use instead of very good, very bad, very dangerous, very boring, very hungry. Let's start with very good. So good, really good. Okay, so instead of very good, you could use fantastic. The dinner was fantastic. Or incredible. My dress was incredible. Amazing. Oh my God, the movie was amazing. The actors were outstanding. Outstanding. They were outstanding. The wedding was outstanding. Now this one is a little bit more formal. The last 2, outstanding and spectacular. Spectacular. So, for example, you could say the movie was spectacular. So instead of using very good in your writings, use these 2 words. They are more formal. So I know that sometimes it's a little bit difficult to use synonyms because you're not sure, because they are slightly different. They have different meanings or they are used in different situations. Some of them are formal, some of them are informal. And here in this lesson, I will tell you the difference between them. So these last 2 more formal. And the other ones, again, you could use them in your writings, but less formal, less formality. Now let's talk about very bad, so bad, really bad. A 3-letter word that it was the first word that you learned in English language. Good and bad. Don't use that. No. No very bad, no so bad, no really bad. Instead, you could use awful. It's very meaningful. Don't use very bad, but instead awful. The movie was awful or terrible. The restaurant was terrible. Okay, so these 2 mean very bad. They are, okay, a little less stronger than these 2 words. So this is, I told you about the degrees. So these 2 words are stronger. So be careful when you are using them, because if you say to somebody's face, they might get insulted or something of that kind. So horrendous, horrendous. So her outfit was horrendous. Her taste in clothes is horrendous. Be careful when you are using that. And this is more advanced atrocious. Atrocious. You could say that actress was atrocious in that movie. The ice cream was atrocious. Or that person was atrocious looking. Be careful when you are using this because it's really strong. Let's talk about tired or sleepy. So tired, very sleepy, really tired. Now, exhausted is a word that you can use. So remember this, you are exhausted, but something or someone is exhausting. So today was exhausting. I'm exhausted. Weary, you might not have heard this, but very, it means tired. It's a little bit less stronger than exhausted, but I feel very after taking care of children all day. Or knackered. Okay, knackered is a slang version, so you might use it with your friends, but not in a formal situation. I'm knackered. Today's work was knackering. I'm knackered. The next one is worn out. This is an adjective. The phrasal verb is the children wore me out. I feel worn out. Okay? So wore me out. I am worn out. Shattered. You might not have heard this, but I feel shattered. Okay. The next one is angry. Very angry. Now, instead of very angry or really angry, you could use furious. Furious. So remember this, yes, you can add emphasis to the adjectives which really, very, and so, but with some adjectives you can't do that. So you can't say very furious. Instead of that, you could say totally furious. So be careful about that collocation. Irritated is less bit stronger than furious, so it doesn't mean very angry. It means angry. So irritated. If something is irritating, you are irritated. That music, oh my god, I'm irritated by it. Or annoyed, the same as irritated. Again, less angry than furious. And again, frustrated. I am frustrated with my family. Okay, again, it's less angry than furious. So maybe the best equivalent of very angry is furious. There are many equivalents, nice equivalents of the word hungry. So instead of I'm so hungry or I'm really hungry, you could use I'm starving. It means I'm really hungry. I'm starving. Or a very formal and nice word, an academic and advanced word, I'm ravenous. Okay, starving or ravenous. A little hungry, you could say I feel a little bit peckish. I'm peckish. So right now, I'm a little bit peckish. So, or famished. So instead of so hungry, I feel famished. Okay, so happy, again, it's like good, bad, hungry, it's so boring. Don't use happy because it doesn't say much. So instead of really happy, you could use an academic and formal word such as elated. It means I am very happy. I was elated to hear the news, hear the good news. Or glad is a really nice word. I'm really glad that I got the job. Or ecstatic, overjoyed or over the moon. It means really happy. Here, this is an idiom actually. So these are the words that you could replace them with really happy. Let's talk about excited. It's something like happy. So they are a little bit similar to each other. So excited, instead of so excited, you could say, I'm thrilled. That was thrilling, so I'm thrilled. Okay, so again, it could be like really happy, so thrilled. Just the same as so excited and so happy, somewhere in between. Okay, eager could be a replacement for so excited, like I'm eager to start my new job. It means I really want to do it and I'm really excited for it. Or enthusiastic. I am enthusiastic. I feel enthusiastic. It means so excited. Good. Now, this is a little bit weird, but often it could, instead of very smelly, it's not a nice word, so be careful not to use it about about other people, because it's not a really nice word. Smelly. So instead of very smelly, you could use pongy. Pongy is the adjective, the noun is pong. So there was a pong in the air, or it was pongy. You could say that place was pongy, or that food was pongy, or a whiffy. Whiffy, okay? Stinky. That place stinked. The verb, or you could say those shoes were stinky. This is like foul smelling. This is really strong. Okay, like disgusting. So that you could say that food was foul smelling. Okay, or had a foul smell. So that's that. Let's talk about scary. So if something is really scary, an extreme equivalent of really scary is terrified or terrifying. Okay, so if something is terrifying, you will be terrified. And remember this, you will not use so terrifying or very terrifying. You could use totally terrifying or really terrifying, but because it's an extreme adjective, it's not common to use those words with. Okay, or petrified. So instead of really scared, you could say I was petrified. So that movie was petrifying, that experience was petrifying, so I was petrified. And or horrified. Again, it's an extreme adjective, so I was horrified. Do you know horror movies? Horrified. If you watch horror movies, you will be horrified if it's a good horror movie. Now let's talk about an adjective which we usually use for women. So beautiful. We don't use it for men, remember? So for women, beautiful, for men, handsome, and good looking for both genders. So instead of so beautiful, you could use stunning, gorgeous. Okay, you look stunning, you look gorgeous, or attractive. Again, you could use this for both human and things. Like, that painting is stunning, those flowers are gorgeous. Or good looking, well, we use them for we use this for human, and good handsome, as I said, we use it for men. Let's talk about dangerous. So instead of very dangerous or really dangerous, you could use hazardous. This is the adjective, so you could say there was a hazard. You may hear that as a noun, or the situation was hazardous. Okay, or treacherous means very dangerous. So treacherous roads. We have many treacherous roads. Or perilous. Okay, again, perilous. If there is a peril, the situation will be perilous. Okay, so let's talk about interesting or interested. Instead of so interested, you could use fascinated. or fascinating. So that book was fascinating and I was fascinated by it. Intrigued, intriguing, intrigued. So you could say that presentation was really intriguing, so I was intrigued. Curious. Okay, so we usually use this for cats because they always have this curious look, so it means that they're interested or interesting. So I'm curious about that. It means I'm interested in it. Engrossed. This is a little bit extreme, so more strong. It's stronger than these three words. So if you're engrossed by something, it means you're really absorbed and you can't pay attention to anything else because you are so absorbed in something. So I was engrossed, and I hope that this video will make you engrossed and or captivated. Captivated is a little bit romantic and poetic. So captivating and captivated. So, okay, let's talk about the last adjective. I hope you don't use this word for my lessons, and I always hope that my students won't use this word, but very boring. Don't use boring or very boring. Use your imagination a little bit, okay? So instead of very boring, you could say dull. So that presentation was dull, or that movie was dull. Or uninteresting. It's a little bit less rude than boring. So if you say that that conference was boring is rude. So you could say instead, it was a little bit uninteresting. Okay, so it's more polite. And irked or irksome. That experience was irksome. This is not something that you hear in everyday conversation. This is something that you hear in formal conversations or business conversations. So I was irked, or that experience was irksome. So that's that. So I hope that you found this video helpful, and I know that it's a little bit hard to learn to use new vocabulary, but practice makes perfect. So practice. If you forbid yourself to use these three words, so, very, and really, you force yourself into using new words and into thinking of new words to use. So start practicing right now by leaving comments for me. So I will see them, and if you make a mistake, I will correct them. Don't worry. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice time.